Hi guys, so I wanted to start off by saying I know this is not the type of content that I normally make. However, I just kind of want to upload what I want and really make this channel my own. So I'm going to start posting different things, but I hope you still enjoy. So to start off, this is a base game 100 baby challenge, and so I am just starting in one of the normal lands that you're given. And I'm just kind of designing the framework of the house and figuring out how I want it to work and dividing up rooms. And I really like this overhead view. I think it helps a lot when planning and structuring houses and really figuring out how you want them all to fit together. I think it gives a nice view. And so I'm just trying to figure out which shape I want each room and how big I want it and where I want to place it. So I move these rooms around a lot, and this is not the final product of what it's going to look like by the time they're done with it. And so I'm using the custom room tool to try to just figure out how I want things to fit. So this is supposed to be a nursery or a bedroom back here, and I wanted a nice big porch in the front, so I'm kind of shifting this back so I can have a bigger porch in the front, because I like the idea of they can all sit outside. And so this is going to end up being a kitchen over here, and I'm trying to figure out how big I want the kitchen because I know that's a really important part of the Sims life. And then these are going to be the two kids' rooms, and so I'm just kind of pushing them back because I don't think they need that much room. This is going to end up being the master bedroom, and I'm just kind of using the custom room tool to draw it out and figure out how I want it shaped. And I'm having a little trouble here because my rooms aren't fitting properly, so I end up making the nursery a little smaller so that hopefully the main bedroom will fit better. And I made the bathroom a little smaller too, so that could change when I end up furnishing the houses and figuring out how I want each of them to work. But I just combine these rooms and have a nice master bedroom. And so this is going to end up being a bathroom back here, and along with a exit to a backyard area. And then this is going to end up being the living room, which is going to combine with the exit to the backyard area. And so I just kind of draw in the small little bathroom in the corner. And so now I'm going to start working on the front, but I'm raising it up because I like the idea that it's off the ground. But this is the porch that I'm drawing that I talked about. And I think it's easier from an overhead view, especially with the landscaping that they have. You don't want that getting in the way. And so I just did a normal room, and then I just took all the walls off to make it open to the outside. And I'm pushing the porch back a little because I wanted to give a nice space for a kitchen and outdoor dining area. I think that's really fun for Sims to just be able to sit outside. And so now I'm putting lights in all the rooms because I think they work. And so I have a little pro tip. I like to size down the lights as small as possible because you do not need the biggest lights in your room if you're only using them for lighting, because there's no difference. The lights, no matter the size, give off the same amount of light. So it just kind of helps with gameplay so that the lights aren't getting in the way. And so now I'm making sure I only have the base game pack on because I do want this to be a base game build for you guys. And I'm going to start on the roof, and I really wanted to do like little cones on the top of the porch areas. I think that was really cute. I'm making it look like a castle sort of look. And so that's what I wanted to do in the front part. And so I did one on each side, and then I just kind of adjusted them to fit better and make sure they were even. And then I took one of the roofs and just brought it between the two to kind of connect them and make it like a point. But then I didn't really want much in the back So I just kind of did like a flat roof in the back because I didn't want it to be like too big and too noticeable, because I wanted the front piece to be like the star of the show, if you were to say. And so I just did them both pretty flat. And then I started designing the roofs, and I literally love this roof pattern. I don't know why, I just think it's something so pretty. It's so good for outdoor spaces to have a little like metal roof that you can see through. And then I just did a dark roof pattern for the back. And then I start designing the front. So I like these little columns because it gives a level of elegance, I think. And it makes it look more complete, especially on the porch areas. Not so much on the rest of the house, just mainly the porch, because I feel like helps look like it's supporting the roof. And so here I'm just putting on the move objects sheet, which basically just allows you to place objects without way of borders. So like if something was normally instructed or it was supposed to be a square, it kind of takes that away. And so I actually was trying to do the door, and I figured out I messed up the spacing. So it was 6 tiles wide, and that was going to bother me because it was only supposed to be 5 tiles wide. And so I made sure that I made it smaller so the door was centered. And I just gave a little extra room on the side to the porch. And so now I'm trying to figure out what wallpaper I wanted. I originally had wanted a light bottom with like a blue paneling on top, but I couldn't find that. So I ended up just going with a darker paneling with a blue on top still. I know it looks purple in this, but I promise it is blue. And I hope that you will see it better in the next video. And so now I'm just going to start designing how I want the porch to look, and I literally love cute little windows by the door. I think it just ties together the whole outside front of the house. And so now I'm just going to put a grill in, and I was originally going to put it on this side, but then I remembered that the kitchen was going to be on the other side, so I wanted to make sure that it was on the same side of the kitchen so that they can use it. And so now I'm just going to put a door in so they can get from the kitchen to the outside. But since it's on the front, I did not want them to be able to see in because I did not want their neighbors peeking in. I thought that'd be kind of weird. So now I'm going to put tables in. And so this is where I really like the move objects sheet because it just kind of helps make things look more uniform. Like it kind of puts the tables together so it looks like one table rather than 2 separate tables sitting next to each other. And so I think I have 3 tables in now, but I think I end up deciding to only have 2 tables because I just thought it looked like too much with all the different chairs, and there's only 8 Sims that can fit in the house, so you didn't need 10 seats. So I just got rid of one, and yeah, I just fit the tables together. And then I wanted to put up a border so it gives a little privacy to them. And I really like this hedge border with the flowers because I thought it tied in nice with the walling on the house because it's got blue and pink flowers, and I thought that fit the color scheme very nice. And so then I just wanted to put a garbage in the corner so that, because I feel like you need a garbage on the property and it's best to put it by the kitchen. Then I'm just adding some decorations, making it look pretty. And then I go over to the other side, and I wanted to make this more like a relaxed area and a lounge area. So I am putting in some lounge chairs and situating them towards the center because I think it's nice with a cute little table in the middle. And then I'm just going to put some lights in so that they can see where they are. And then I go back to the other side, and I was trying to figure out what lights I wanted to fit, but I ended up just using these circle lights that go into the ground because I think it provides light but doesn't really get in the way of the design. And then I started figuring out how to add windows, and I knew I needed windows because it just looked so boring with nothing on the walls. And so I'm trying to figure out what windows I want to add. And again, I messed up the spacing. So all of the windows, of course, were double panels. And I needed either a triple panel or a single panel. So I eventually found this cute little archway that just kind of makes the entrance to the home feel more open and connected with the rest of it, but it's still like closed off. And so now I'm going to do the steps. And I really like steps on a property because I think it just adds a level up. It's like I'm not on the ground, I have stairs into it. So I ended up finding out that the stairs could not fit how they were because the property didn't have enough room. So I just made the back rooms a little smaller and shifted the entire property a space backwards so that my stairs could face the street. And I really like how they look with the property. I think it fits them nice. And I'm just trying to find a cute little railing that's not too bulky and just kind of simple and nice. And so now I'm trying to find a fence that matches the railing. And I think I end up just going with a simple one that kind of ties the property together because I didn't really want it to be too big, but I ended up really liking the hedge with the flowers, and it just kind of connected it and provided more privacy to a very open porch, which I think was very important. And so I like these grass patterns because it kind of makes it feel like there's a lead in to the property. So then I wanted to do some decoration around the grass patterns, and so I kind of put in some little flowers, and I put in some stones to kind of line the property. And I just really wanted to make it look nice to the outside. I really like landscaping. I think it kind of completes the property. So yeah, I just really like these little rocks. I think it makes it look more complete. And so the final thing I did was add a foundation because the foundation that it has is just boring, so I just change it and make it look more done. And yeah, so that is the part 1 of my build where I just did the outside, and I hope you enjoyed, and I will be posting part 2, but make sure that you like